We move on now, and India's global diplomatic drive against terrorism has gained momentum on Monday as a multi-party delegation led by BJP MP Baijayant Panda met Kuwait's Deputy Prime Minister Sherida Abdullah Al-Maousharji. The visit follows a stop in Bahrain and is part of Operation Sindoor, a diplomatic military campaign launched after April the 22nd after a terror attack in Pahalgam. The delegation includes BJP MPs Ayman Asaduddin Owaisi, ex-J&K CM Ghulam Nabi Azad, and diplomat Harsh Shringala. In Bahrain, they held key meetings with lawmakers and leaders, urging global backing for India's zero-tolerance stance on terror. The campaign spans 32 countries, with 7 MP-led delegations heading to Europe, Asia, the Middle East, Africa and the Americas. In Kinshasa, Congo, Shiv Sena MP Srikant Shinde's team met Indian Ambassador V. Venkatarama to push the message forward. IUML MP Et Mohammed Bashir said the mission is to expose Pakistan's terror links, calling Operation Sindoor a befitting reply. BJP's Manan Kumar Mishra added, "We waited 15 days, but Pakistan didn't act. Then we struck terror camps in POJK." And the same delegation earlier concluded a visit to the UAE, where it was thanked by local leaders for India's restraint and resolve. India retaliates with principle. Terror and trade cannot go together, Shinde said. The diplomatic push highlights India's effort to counter Pakistan's narrative and build a united front against terrorism globally. Operation Sindoor began on May the 7th, targeting terror infrastructure in Pakistan and POJK, killing over 100 militants linked to groups like LET, JEM and Hizbul Mujahideen. India maintains it avoided civilian harm, unlike Pakistan, which it accuses of targeting non-combatants. Well, joining us as I struggle through that description there is Ambassador Baswati Mukherjee, a former diplomat, joining us from New Delhi. Ambassador Mukherjee, apologies firstly for my throat there. Let's look at some of the comments that have been made here, really focusing on restraint that India has shown. Why do you think the global community are really supporting India in this, in the face of a devastating terror attack and provocations?
Thank you very much, Joshua. I hope your throat gets better soon. At the outset, let me underline that there are 7 outreach delegations, which are all multi-party delegations, as behoves a vibrant democracy like India. In other words, it's not just the BJP, or the BJP is not leading all the delegations. For instance, the one going to the United States is led by a Congress party senior leader, Shashi Tharoor, etc. We have 2 prominent women MPs from the opposition leading 2 other delegations, etc. The one that you were referring to, which has a former Foreign Secretary Harsh Shringla as a member, demonstrates also the fact that the outreach delegations all consist also of one senior retired ambassador who can bring the diplomatic perspective to the delegation, quite apart from the support given by the Indian embassy or the ambassador. The destinations have been carefully selected, either for India's strategic partners or for permanent members of the Security Council or non-permanent members, or those countries that we have traditionally included in our outreach in similar situations. The objective, Joshua, is very clear, as you already pointed out, which is to explain why Operation Sindoor took place, to underline the horrific terrorist attacks that happened in this pleasant meadow in Pahalgam, where 26 Indian men were singled out because of their religion and executed in cold blood in front of their wives, mothers or daughters. 3 of them were on their honeymoon and had just been married 3 days or 4 days ago. It also explains India's new doctrine, which is that in future we would look at such heinous terrorist acts as an act of war against the Republic of India, and we would take the necessary steps to go in and demolish these terrorist hideouts and those who are supporting them. If those who are supporting them are individuals connected to Pakistan's ISI or army, we would be constrained to take action against them. Secondly, that we believe that Pakistan's nuclear blackmail is a way to cow down India so that they can keep on perpetrating these heinous terrorist attacks upon us, which we should take lying down because of their nuclear blackmail. That has been abolished, and we have demonstrated that if they perpetrate terrorism against India, we will utilize conventional means to take them out, and we will not be cowed down by their nuclear blackmail. Because in the case of nuclear blackmail, Joshua, let me also add that Pakistan has a first use policy of nuclear weapons against India, whereas India has specifically a no first use policy against every country that includes Pakistan. So in other words, at any point of time, Pakistan can use a nuclear weapon and to nuke India, and we would be left only with the option to respond. That is something that we have not changed because we are a peace-loving nation. We will use conventional means to bring down these terrorists. Our Operation Sindoor has been highly successful, and we hope that this recalcitrant neighbor of ours, who is helped by another neighbor, which is very powerful, which is a member of the permanent member of the Security Council, we hope that they would understand that we would not take such terrorist attacks lying down in future. We hope that they would refrain, but if they persist, we would definitely retaliate. That's our new doctrine, and that is what our outreach delegations are explaining to our strategic partners, to permanent members of the Security Council, to key countries over the world, including Latin America, Middle East, and Asia. Josh.
Absolutely. Ambassador Baswati Mukherjee, unfortunately we don't have any more time, but thank you ever so much for detailing there some of the outreach. We will of course continue to look at the further outreach that takes place amongst delegations, but for now that is all we have time for. We'll bring you that and much more from across the world very soon.